Hey, what's up everybody? It's Hayden Jones on SA Boxing Talk again. If you've watched a few of the videos and haven't yet subscribed, I would appreciate if you would go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It would be really appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe because we give the latest boxing content in South Africa and also internationally as well. So let's go ahead and start with this list. As you can see by the title of the video, the hardest hitting fighters in South Africa. At number 10, we have Flo, the Demolition Man Simba. Of course, this man was once touted as one of the biggest talents in South Africa, up until a point. I think just before the Francois Botha fight, he was definitely the number one prospect in South Africa at the time, with devastating knockout power, highlight reel finishes. In fact, I remember this time against this Argentinian heavyweight where he almost knocked the guy's head off. There was everything, it was one of the biggest punches I've ever seen. And that was done by Flo Simba. Of course, he's still boxing now, but we haven't seen that as of late. But we know that he does possess such power. At number 9, we have Knapp, a man that when he hits you in the sweet spot, you go to sleep. Rourke, of course, recently lost to a guy called Brandon Taser. Brandon Taser is also a decent puncher himself, but Rourke probably the heavier-handed guy. Rourke, when he knocks guys, they usually don't get up, and that's a sign of a one-punch knockout guy, and that's what he does possess in his arsenal. He isn't an accumulative puncher. He can switch it on at any stage, and that's what makes him extremely dangerous, is the super welterweights. At number 8, we got Sizwe Shanga. Of course, 100% knockout ratio for the man. Of course, per weight division, he is the heaviest-handed minimum weights in the country, and of course, having that victory over Siyabonga Sio, one hell of a statement. Although being a TKO and not being necessarily a one-punch knockout power, he does possess power to hurt his opponents, and that's what makes him extremely dangerous. And going forward in that weight division is a serious, serious feat, having 100% knockout records, despite having only 8 fights. At number 7, we got Salani the Evolution Mbenge. Of course, Mbenge, like most South Africans, accumulated heavy knockout records early in their careers, but he's not just one that you can say is knocking out bums or car guards, as they say in South Africa. He's literally beaten the up-and-coming other guys. I think it was up until the points of his 12th fight where he had a 100% knockout record. That's sort of calmed down now as he's upped his level. But again, another guy with punching power. Of course, when you translate to going overseas and you're fighting the top of the top, you're not going to knock everyone out, and that's just a custom. But for his time and for his timing of punches, he's got excellent knockout power. At number 6, we got the heavyweights. This guy's very tenacious. He's a scary, scary man. He's Wilhelm the Dragon Nierber, or rather Dragon Nierber. How he got that name again, we did an interview with Wilhelm. Dragon, obviously, from drinking the Dragon energy drinks. So in case anyone was wondering as to how he got the name Dragon, that's how he got it. He's a devastating guy. You can see there's a killer instinct in the man's eyes. There's no let up from him. When he hits you, it's scary. You go. The only man to survive his knockout power is Danny Ngakwe. But of course, Nierber needed to work more on his technique. And for his technique not being 100% evolved yet, which he's still working on, it's scary the amount of amateur knockouts he had, because amateur is only 3 rounds, and the amount of and every single pro fight up until his last one was a knockout as well. So with an improve of technique and sort of stamina, that's a scary prospect on your hands. At number 5, we have the thumbnail man, the man that's on the thumbnail of this video, Junior Ilunga Makabu, a devastating puncher from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Now, this guy is known around the world to be a devastating puncher, not just in the South African circuit, but around the world. Now, we all know him as knocking out the best of the best in South Africa, then progressing and knocking out Russians. I mean, Kudryashov, that's scary. Dropping Bellew before obviously losing that fight, but dropping Bellew in the process of that, which is also a guy that can take a hell of a punch. So, Junior Makabu, the southpaw, a very, very dangerous puncher. At number 4, we have Salani Lastborn Tete. Now, Salani Tete can crack, man. Despite not having the 100% record that, people expected him, the time he cracked Paul Butler, I don't think that anyone would have expected him to do so. The elements of surprise came through. The fact that he can hit extremely hard. A lot of every boxer that you will report that fought Salani Ndlovu, and I've even seen sparring of Salani Ndlovu as well, he is a devastating power puncher. And of course, per weight division as well, as we measure this punching power, he is devastating in the bantamweight division, and even as a junior bantamweight, could crack seriously hard. So that's why he falls in at number 4. At number 3, we have Marius Mutombo. Now, maybe this is an argumentative point. People don't rate that he has some of the power that maybe some of the guys lower on the list have. But as I said, per weight division, for his weight division, I think he hits extremely hard. I think that he's a very intelligent boxer, and I think that he's got a hell of a career going forward. If he is kept active and keeps going, I think he goes on to be a champion. Now, in saying that, he goes on to knock out a lot of the big boys as well. He's got the ability to be very creative. He gets in, he gets out, and he's got the ability to, if he lands on the chin, you're gone. And that's just the end of it. That's why I have Marius Mutombo at number 3. At number 2, and a very, very scary punching power. Now, he doesn't have a chin himself to report on because he's been dropped a few times, but this man can give it like no other. Lusanda Komanisi hits hard. When he hits guys, they usually do not get up again. He hits a bag in the boxing gym, and the whole rack of boxing bags start rattling. That's how hard this man hits. And again, he's a featherweight, come lightweight. For someone of that size to be producing that much power is scary. Now, if only he could convert that into a better defense, to guard perhaps not the best chin the world's ever produced, and to be able to give and protect yourself, he would be a phenomenal. I know he's in the lightweight division now. He could be one of the best lightweights, if not the best lightweight in South Africa. At number 1, again, unknown to the international audience maybe, but he's climbing the ranks really, really fast and at a rapid rate. I think I've done maybe about 10 interviews with this man, and you know what, he's given 100% knockout performance so far. Every single fight we talk about which round he's going to knock the guys out, and he never fails to deliver on his promises, and that is Emmanuel Colombo. Emmanuel Colombo is an unsung hero of African boxing. He is the next generation super welterweight. He's currently captured the WBO Africa title, 14-0. Not many people, as I said, on the international scale will know who this man is, but people in South Africa most certainly do, since he fights in South Africa. He is the unsung hero of African boxing, and he's going to make a big statement, I believe, in 2020 and going on further. I think a lot of the super welterweights will have to really, really watch out for what this guy can do. Again, I think he's probably the top talent in Africa currently. If you're talking amongst some of the other guys, it's an argument that I'm willing to have. But this guy, if you're talking about punching power, second to none in Africa, and that's just my opinion. Guys, again, if you haven't subscribed yet, you've enjoyed today's content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you're new and you want to hang around for a bit, please do so. I appreciate your view and appreciate the fact that you've come here to my channel today. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Cheers.